Hi everyone and welcome to the fourth online session. In this session we are going to continue how to translate collocations. In our previous session we discussed collocations. We said what are collocations and what are the types of collocations, and of course how can we get the appropriate translation of any collocation in English. But today we are going to continue this by going into translating collocation into Arabic or from Arabic into English to get the appropriate collocation in Arabic or in any Arabic text. Because, as we said, collocations could be the same in different languages or could be different. So, today, what we are going to discuss is to revise collocations and their importance and to find the appropriate collocation in Arabic and to identify the lexical and structural problem in a source text and to use coherence and cohesion to naturalize that translation. So, as we said in our previous sessions, that collocations are known as word partner. They are word partner. Word partner, they are words that go together. For example, these word partners could be noun plus an adjective. So this adjective comes repeatedly with this noun, just like this one, heavy heart. So in English, one could say, I have a heavy heart for the past 2 days, for example. Or it could be a verb with a specific noun. So whenever we are going to use this noun, we need to use this verb. For example, the word mistake or to make a mistake. We cannot say, for example, to do a mistake or to take a mistake, or no other verb will occupy this position, because this position, which is the verb position, is mostly occupied by this verb, make a mistake. That's why they are word partner. They go together repeatedly. Or collocational aspects could be a verb plus a preposition like accuse. In Arabic we say accuse, whereas while in English it must be accused of. If we try to translate it literally, it would be accused with in Arabic, which is inappropriate in English. That's why we need to change it into accuse of or charge with. So, an example for collocations in English could be this. For example, we have certain words that go with the verb do, and certain words that go, or certain nouns that go with the verb make, and others go with have, and others go with take. For example, to do a favor. We cannot say to make a favor, or to have a favor, or to take a favor, or to do the cooking, or to do the housework, or to do the shopping, or to do the washing up, or to do your best, or to do your hair, or to do hard, or to do good. When it comes to make, you could say make a difference, or make a mess, or make a mistake, or make a noise, make an effort, or to make money, make progress, make room, or make trouble. When it comes to have, we have a good time, or have a bath, or have a drink, have a haircut, have a holiday, have a problem, have a relationship, have lunch, have sympathy. Or we can use take to take a break, take a chance, to take a look, take a rest, take a seat, take a taxi, take an exam, take notes, or take one's positions or one's place. In Arabic, of course, we have the same. When it comes to translating this sentence, the president made some decision about the Corona disaster. Our translation, which is better in your opinion? What do you think? Should we translate it صنع الرئيس عدة قرارات تتعلق بكارثة فيروس كورونا، واتخذ الرئيس عدة قرارات تتعلق بكارثة فيروس كورونا. Again, the most appropriate one would be the second example or the second translation. Why? Because in Arabic we say اتخذ قرار, we don't say صنع القرار. Of course we have صناعة القرار, but when it comes to use a verb plus a noun we use اتخذ قرار. Why? Because this is the collocation that native speakers, the speaker of Arabic, usually use when they express this meaning. So اتخذ الرئيس عدة قرارات تتعلق بمشكلة كورونا. So this one will be the most appropriate one, while this one is collocationally inappropriate, although it is accurate and it gives the meaning of the source text. Another example is this one: Egypt helped Italy to overcome the medical facilities shortage problems. So Egypt helped Italy to overcome the medical facilities shortage problems should be translated like this: ساعدت مصر إيطاليا للتغلب على مشاكل نقص المستلزمات، or ساعدت مصر إيطاليا في التغلب. Mostly we say ساعدت مصر إيطاليا في التغلب على مشاكل نقص المستلزمات الطبية. So again, remember when I said a collocation could be a verb plus a noun, or it could be a verb plus a preposition. So here, when it comes to سعادة in Arabic, we use سعادة في or سعادة على, while in English we say to, لكي. A third example is this one: the father accused his daughter of stealing. Should we translate it like this: اتهم الوالد ابنته من السرقة, of stealing, or اتهم الوالد ابنته بالسرقة. Of course, the most appropriate one will be the second translation again. Why? Because in Arabic, اتهم collocates with this preposition. We say يتهم بي, we don't say يتهم من, right? So again, this is the importance of collocation, because collocations make your translation natural. Whenever a native speaker reads your text, he will not find it unacceptable or inappropriate grammatically or even semantically. So this is the importance of collocation in Arabic. Another example for collocation in Arabic, for example, let's have a look at this one, heavy. So we have heavy in all of these expressions, but its meaning will be totally different depending on which word it collocates with. Remember when I gave an example in English for the word lever, and here we have heavy rain. How can we translate it? It is translated into غزير. Heavy fog, so كثيف. Heavy sleep, again عميق. Heavy sea, هائج. Heavy meal and دسمة. And heavy industry, ثقيلة. And heavy smoker, شرس or مفرد في التدخين. So another example to illustrate the importance of collocation in Arabic, this one, intense hatred. How can we translate intense hatred? He hates someone strongly, very much. So how can we translate it? Could we say intense مكثف, so hatred, كره مكثف? No. When it comes to Arabic, we usually go for كره شديد, يكرهه كرها شديدا, أو يمقته مقتا شديدا. Or if we try to translate this word كريم النسب into English, of course we cannot say generous lineage or generous origins. No, we must go for this noble lineage. So this is a collocation in English and the equivalent collocation in Arabic. A very important question that almost every student asks is this one: how can we get the appropriate translation in Arabic? So in our previous session we discussed collocations in English. So in Arabic, how can we get the appropriate collocation? We have, again, as we said in English, we have two main sources. The first one is a specialized dictionary like collocation dictionary in English. So we have قواميس المتصاحبات اللغوية. Or we can go online. As for the first item, which is the specialized dictionaries of collocation, this blog, you can Google it and get it. The Arabic Collocation Dictionary Initiative. Here we have three main collocational dictionaries that are available to any Arabic reader. So this one, قاموس المتلازمات اللفظية by Dr. حسن غزالة, or قاموس المتصاحبات by Dr. طاهر بن عبد السلام, or this initiative مبادرة جمع المتصاحبات اللغوية. So you can use any of these. So I'll go into this one, which is قاموس الحافظ, and to give you a snapshot of using this dictionary. So القاموس اسمه معجم الحافظ للمتصاحبات العربية. So this is a screenshot out of this dictionary, and by the way, it is downloadable online. So just what you are gonna do is just to write down its name, and you can just Google it to download. So for example here, noble character, كريم الأخلاق. Noble lineage, كريم النسب. Bad smell, we cannot say رائحة سيئة, but كريه الرائحة. To earn someone's confidence, يكسب ثقة. Or to earn one's bread, كسب العيش. So here we should keep in mind that this kind of dictionary is a specialized one. It's not only a dictionary that gives us the meaning of a single word, but with collocational aspects, words that go together in English or in Arabic. So this is very significant for any translation student, because it will make his translation or her translation appropriate, accurate, and communicative. So, or the second source, or you can go to get the appropriate collocation, is the internet, of course. So you can just write down the word on Google and you will find the most appropriate collocation. Or you can have some specific websites like Reversal or Arabic. Let's have an example from Reversal, the first one. So I type in here to earn a living, and I don't know how do we say this in Arabic, for example. Here we have earn a living. So how is it translated? كسب العيش. In another example here, كسب العيش also. So كسب العيش or كسب لقمة العيش or كسب الرزق أو كسب القوت أو كسب العيش again. So here, this is how can we get an appropriate translation of any collocation in Arabic, of course. So here we have a lot of options, and you can choose which one that can go into your text based on the text that you are translating. So كسب العيش, كسب لقمة الرزق أو كسب القوت or whatsoever. Okay? So another example is from this website, which is the Arab Deck. The Arab Deck, again, to earn a living. To earn a living, it means. So here we have Arab Deck, and in Arab Deck here is another website that you can use to get an appropriate suggestion to get the appropriate collocation. For example, here one must earn a living. So how can we translate this? So فعل الشخص أن يكسب قوت يومه. So we have يكسب رزقه, يكسب قوت يومه, or كسب المال, and to earn a living here. So these are the two aspects or the two solutions that you can use to get the appropriate collocation in Arabic, of course. So let's have a practice here. How would you translate this sentence? You should put some effort into interacting with your teacher in class. How can we translate it? So should we translate it? ينبغي لك وضع بعض الجهد في التفاعل مع المدرس في المحاضرة. أن تضع بعض الجهد. Or ينبغي لك استخدام بعض الجهد. Or ينبغي لك بذل الجهد في التفاعل مع المدرس في المحاضرة. What do you think is the most appropriate translation in here? For this part, to put some efforts into something. So ينبغي لك وضع بعض الجهد في التفاعل مع المدرس في المحاضرة، أو ينبغي لك استخدام بعض الجهد في التفاعل مع المدرس في المحاضرة، أو ينبغي لك بذل الجهد في التفاعل مع المدرس في المحاضرة. So a direct translation will be this: put يضع بعض الجهد, some effort, into في, right? But is this appropriate in Arabic? Does this sound natural in Arabic? Of course not. We don't say وضع الجهد. How about the next one? يستخدم بعض الجهد. This is a paraphrasing, but is it acceptable paraphrasing? Does it sound natural when we say ينبغي لك استخدام بعض الجهد في التفاعل مع المدرس? No. So we cannot say that. Again, but the most appropriate translation would be this one: ينبغي لك بذل الجهد في التفاعل مع المدرس في المحاضرة. Why? Because the word بذل collocates with the word جهد. So we have بذل الجهد. We use this, of course. So بذل الجهد is the most appropriate one. Okay? So we should use بذل الجهد. Why should we use بذل الجهد? Because this is the most appropriate one. يبذل الجهد. So ينبغي لك بذل الجهد. Of course, when it comes to ينبغي لك, should we say ينبغي عليك or ينبغي لك? This is another Arabic common mistake. In Arabic, we do not say ينبغي عليك فعل كذا. We say ينبغي لك. And it's a common mistake, as I said, because a lot of people say ينبغي عليك فعل كذا, while its origin is taken from Quran, and we say الشمس ينبغي لها لو ينبغي عليها. So ينبغي عليك وضع بعض الجهد. We say ينبغي لك. So ينبغي لك, it is acceptable in Arabic. And in Arabic, the appropriate collocation is ينبغي بذل الجهد. So this is the appropriate collocation. And if we go online, you can go online and look it up in the three sources that I discussed earlier, either by using any of the two introduced dictionaries, that of Dr. Hassan Ghazala or that of Al-Hafiz, or you can go for the first website, which is Arabic, or the other website, which is the reverse, to get the appropriate one. Another example is this one. Some students can have a hard time grasping information. Which do you think is the most appropriate translation? Is it number one, for this part, of course, بعض grasping information? Should it be بعض الطلاب يمكن أن يكون لديهم وقتا صعبا لأخذ المعلومة؟ أو يواجه بعض الطلاب مشكلة في مسك المعلومة, to grasp something, or قد يواجه بعض الطلاب مشكلة في استيعاب or فهم المعلومة أو المعلومات. Let's have it المعلومة. So what do you think? Here we have أخذ. It's a paraphrasing, and is it appropriate in Arabic if you say to anyone, do we say أخذ المعلومة or مسك المعلومة or استيعاب or فهم المعلومة? So the most appropriate one will be this one, استيعاب المعلومة or فهم المعلومة. But we cannot say this, although it is somehow meaningful, and this one مسك المعلومة, this one is again meaningful, but we do not say this in Arabic, and we do not say this in Arabic. Why? Because native speaker of Arabic don't say يأخذ المعلومة or يمسك المعلومة, but they say يستوعب or يفهم المعلومة. So again, this is the importance and the significance of getting the appropriate translation, which lies in making your text appropriate and naturally acceptable one. So here we have a third example, a practice of course. So in this text, which was your assignment in our first online class, we have here effects of TV on children. The ability to be creative is an important factor in the development of a young child mind. By sitting down and watching TV for a couple of hours, the child is entertained, but is not also thinking. Information is spoon-fed to them. So when it comes time to read a book in school, some can have a hard time grasping idea. They are so used to having images flash before them to provide understanding. They have trouble moving their eyes from side to side to gather the information for themselves. With the TV in front of them supplying amusement, they may never stop to think that putting a puzzle together, reading a book could also be fun. They could actually become dependent on this one source of fantasy and never bother to create their own. As the child grows older, it's less likely to put effort into playing with other kids or taking up a hobby. So this was the text, and you were supposed to submit your assignment, but instead of correcting all the assignments, I'm going to do it as a practice and to cover all the mistakes that you have made in your assignments. So here, we need to find out, remember, the 3 steps of analyzing our text, which is the text type, the communicative aspects, the tense, the problems, and the coherence and cohesion to analyze. And then we'll go back to making our first draft, and after we're done with the first draft, we are going for our final draft. So here the problem in this text would be, for example, we have some lexical problems and we have some structural problems. Lexical problems like this one, entertained. What do I mean by entertained? The child is entertained in line 3. Or spoon-fed. What do I mean by spoon-fed? It's a lexical problem. When it comes to a hard time, when it comes to before, should it be qabla? How can we translate it? Should it be, and when it comes to the word bother, what do you mean by bother? Is it brother or bother? And we have some structural meaning problem. We have to grasp an idea, or to grasp ideas, and to supply amusement. And we have already discussed this in our practice example. And number 3, to put a puzzle together. What do you mean by to put a puzzle together? And to put effort into something or to take up a hobby. So here, our problems. And when it comes to the meaning of this text illustrates the effects of TV on children and how it makes children lazy and not able to think and Usually TV puts students in the mood of not thinking or not exerting effort to get the information by themselves, because they have been used to get the information easily without exerting any effort, or without even using their minds or their eyes or any kind of effort. That's why this text warns us against the impact of translation of our children. So let's do this text together. So here, our text. So effects of TV on children, and we have, of course, already discussed a lot of problems in this text. So how about doing the first draft together? So my first draft. صار التلفزيون على الأطفال. So here, the ability to be creative, we could say, for example, القدرة على أن تكون مبدعا هي عامل مهم في تطوير عقل الطفل الصغير. By here, remember when we said we need to translate the text into units. Usually we divide this text into units to make it translatable. So القدرة على أن تكون مبدعا هي عامل مهم في تطوير عقل الطفل. Okay. By setting من خلال الجلوس أمام الجلوس to sit down لأسفل ومشاهدة التلفزيون لزوجين من الساعات. الطفل the child يكون entertained مستمتع and مستمتعا لكنه لا يفكر not thinking. Information is المعلومات spoon fed تسقى له عن طريق الملعقة. لذلك عندما when it comes to read a book in school عندما يحين وقت قراءة كتاب في المدرسة قد يجد بعض الأطفال وقتا hard time صعبا في استيعاب الأفكار to grasp ideas. فقد اعتادوا كثيرا so often على الحصول على صور وميضة فلاش قبلهم before للفهم، ولديهم مشكلة في تحريك أعينهم من جانب لآخر لجمع المعلومات لأنفسهم وبأنفسهم أو قراءة with the TV in front of them. فمع وجود التلفزيون أمامهم يقدم المتعة supplying amusement or التسلية. They may never stop to think. قد لا يفكروا أبدا في أن جعل اللغز معا put together أو قراءة كتاب يمكن أن يكون مسليا كما they could actually become dependent. كما يمكن أن يجعلهم يعتمدون أكبر على مصدر واحد للخيال فانتسي، ولا يزعجون أنفسهم لخلق خيالهم. عندما when as a child grows older عندما ينمو الطفل أكبر فمن المحتمل أن يضع جهدا في اللعب مع الأطفال الآخرين أو يتناول عادة جديدة. So this is my first draft of this text. آثار التلفاز. Let's read it together and to ask ourselves, does it make any sense or does it sound natural or not? آثار التلفزيون على الأطفال. I have tried to translate all the items in this text. So here, القدرة على أن تكون مبدعا هي عامل مهم في تطوير عقل الطفل الصغير من خلال الجلوس لأسفل وضمن باي الجلوس لأسفل ومشاهدة التلفزيون لزوجين من الساعات. Could I say لساعتين for example? Yes. الطفل يكون مستمتعا. So here there is no connection between this sentence and the sentence that goes before it, right? So we need to link these units together. يكون مستمتعا لكنه لا يفكر فالمعلومات تسقى له عن طريق المعلقة. Okay. لذلك عندما يحين وقت قراءة كتاب في المدرسة قد يجد بعض الأطفال وقتا صعبا. How about يجد صعوبة have hard time something في استيعاب الأفكار فقد اعتادوا على الحصول على صور وميضة قبلهم الفهم. It doesn't make any sense. يعني before them هي before them يعني قبل before something that comes before or هل هي أمام. So which is correct? هل هي before قبل or before means أمام. So we need to know. And then we have ولديهم مشكلة في تحريك عينهم من جانب لآخر لجمع المعلومات فمع وجود التلفزيون again we need to link these two units فمع وجود التلفزيون أمامهم يقدم التسلية فقد لا يفكروا أبدا في جعل اللغز معا. What do you mean by جعل اللغز معا? Does it mean put together حل اللغز أو قراءة كتاب يمكن أن يكونوا مسليا كما يمكن أن يجعلهم يعتمدون أكثر على مصدر واحد للخيال ولا يزعجون أنفسهم لخلق خيالهم. عندما ينمو الطفل again these sentences are not connected. عندما ينمو الطفل أكبر فمن المحتمل أن يضع جهدا. It is less likely فمن غير المحتمل, right? So the meaning here is totally different, so we need to compare here. من غير المحتمل أن يضع جهدا في اللعب مع الأطفال. What do you mean by يتناول عادة? Do we say يتناول عادة in Arabic or يكتسب عادة جديدة or يبني عادة جديدة؟ يكتسب عادة جديدة أو يتبنى عادة جديدة. Okay, so this is a problem with my draft. So I need to go up with the final version. So I have read my draft and I need to make it sound like Arabic. So could I say تأثير instead of أثر? Could I say تأثير التلفزيون? Or let's have تأثير آثار. Okay, so تأثير التلفزيون على الأطفال. So القدرة على أن تكون مبدعا. Could I say القدرة على الإبداع or remember when we said preferably you need to start with a verb. If you don't have a verb you can use تعد أو يعتبر depending on your subject. تعد القدرة على الإبداع عاملا من عوامل أو أحد العوامل تنمية عقل. could I say ذهن الطفل الصغير؟ yes. فعندما يجلس الطفل لساعتين لمشاهدة التلفزيون فإنه يستمتع بهذا، لكنه في الوقت نفسه لا يفكر، حيث يقدم له التلفزيون المعلومات ويسقيه التلفزيون المعلومات بالملعقة. without of course putting any effort. Of course we could say لأن المعلومات يقدم له المعلومات دون أي صعوبة أو دون أي جهد من جانب الطفل، ولكن this is an informative text, so we need to keep up the faithful ideas or the faithful transferring of ideas and to be as close as possible to the original. وحين يأتي وقت قراءة كتاب في المدرسة يصعب على بعض الأطفال إدراك ما فيه من أفكار، فقد اعتادوا كثيرا على متابعة الصور التي تظهر أمامهم على الشاشة، وأصبح الفهم صعبا شاقا عليهم. لذلك أصبح من الصعب عليهم نقل نظرات أعينهم من جانب لآخر في الكتاب للحصول على المعلومة. فما دام التلفزيون يسليهم فربما لن يتوقفوا لمعرفة أن ما يجدوه من متعة في حل لغز ما أو قراءة كتاب بالنسبة ليتوقفوا الاكتشاف قدر المتعة التي يجدوها في حل لغز ما أو قراءة كتاب. فقد أصبحوا يعتمدون على مصدر واحد هذا المصدر من الخيال وحده إلى الحد الذي جعلهم لا يهتمون بخلق عالمهم الخيالي الخاص بهم. ولذا عندما يكبر الطفل يقل احتمال بذله للجهد لمشاركة الأطفال الآخرين في لعبهم أو في ممارسة لهواية جديدة. So this will be my final draft. So this will be my final draft. So here تأثير التلفزيون على الأطفال تعد. So let's read it to proofread the text and to make sure that the text is good to go. تعد القدرة على الإبداع عاملا من عوامل تنمية ذهن الطفل الصغير. فعندما here I linked these two units, so it's a good translation and started with the verb. فعندما يجلس الطفل لساعتين instead of saying زوجين من الساعات لمشاهدة التلفزيون فإنه يستمتع بهذا لكنه في الوقت نفسه لا يفكر. حيث here I used حيث to link these two or three units together حيث يسقيه التلفزيون المعلومات بالملعقة. وحين يأتي وقت قراءة وعندما يحين وقت for example وحين يأتي وقت قراءة كتاب في المدرسة يصعب على بعض الأطفال ما فيه من إدراك من أفكار. فقد اعتادوا كثيرا على متابعة الصور التي تظهر أمامهم على الشاشة. See, we have some spelling mistakes. وأصبح الفهم شاقا عليهم لذلك أصبح من الصعب عليهم نقل نظرات أعينهم من الجانب الآخر في الكتاب للحصول على معلومة. It makes sense. See, big difference of course. معلومات بقت منظمة بقى في علاقة بينها وبين بعضها. فما دام التلفزيون يسليهم فربما لن يتوقفوا لاكتشاف قدر المتعة التي يجدوها في حل لغز ما أو قراءة كتاب. فقد أصبحوا يعتمدون على هذا المصدر من الخيال وحده إلى الحد الذي جعلهم لا يهتمون بخلق عالمهم الخيالي الخاص بهم. ولذا عندما يكبر الطفل يقل احتمال بذله للجهد لمشاركة الأطفال الآخرين في لعبهم أو في ممارسة هواية جديدة. So here what I have done is using coherence and cohesion. What do I mean by coherence and cohesion? Cohesion mostly You can read about this online, of course. Cohesion is to link your text units by using conjunction, pronouns, repetition, so on and so forth. While coherence, to make your text, or of course your translation, related in ideas. So all the ideas are connected. So this somehow related to using conjunction and pronoun, while this is related to ideas. So here, if there is a link between the first sentence and the second one, yes, تعد القدرة على الإبداع من المهمة. ليه؟ فعندما يجلس الطفل فإنه يستمتع. لكنه لا يفكر. ده أثر من آثار التلفزيون. فحينما يسقيه التلفزيون معلومات بلا علاقة، حينما يطلب منه أن يفعل شيء فإنه يجد صعوبة في ذلك. لو جينا للنص هنا هنلاقي إن مفيش لا coherence ولا cohesion. Here استخدمت فمن خلال استخدمت فعندما to link. وبعد كده عشان to link these words together جعل اللغز معا في، قلت هنا حل اللغز. تسقي لهم معلومات، يقدم لهم معلومات بالمعلقة أو يسقيهم معلومات بالملعقة. زوجين من الساعات خدتها لساعتين. هتلاقوا دايما استخدم cohesion here وحينما يأتي فإنه to link the sentences together. لو بصيت للنص هنا هلاقي إن ده ملوش أي علاقة ببعضه، أو شوية حاسس كده إن هو it's disconnected, while this one is more connected. So that's it for today, and if you have any question you can get back to me on the LMS. Your assignment will be this: to complete and submit the text of اتهمها والدها بالسرقة. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. And I'm waiting for your feedback about this session. Thank you.